Imagine you are 60 years old. You have decades of wisdom, memories, and experiences locked inside you. But there's a quiet war being fought in your cells every single second, a war that determines if your next decades will be filled with energy and vigor, or a slow decline into fatigue and sickness. The battlefield, your mitochondria, the ammunition, the food on your plate, and the most important battle plan starts with a single, overlooked vitamin that most people don't get nearly enough of. You might think you know what it means to age. You might have seen the advertisements for expensive pills, strange injections, and breakthrough therapies promising to turn back the clock. But what if I told you the secret to extending your life, to keeping your body youthful and vibrant, lies not in a lab, but in a dusty, almost forgotten chapter of medical history? A story of a disease that ravaged millions, a simple nutritional mistake, and a plot twist involving one of the most misunderstood foods on the planet. This isn't just about living longer. It's about living better, and it starts with understanding why your body is slowly running out of a vital battery charger and how to refill it. Let's start in the late 1800s, deep in the American South and across parts of Europe. A mysterious and terrifying illness was sweeping through poor communities, mostly those who relied on a single staple crop for survival. People would develop a scaly, red rash on their hands and neck, like a sunburn that wouldn't heal. Then came the confusion, the dementia-like symptoms, and finally, a painful death. It was called Pellagra, and for years the greatest medical minds were baffled. They were sure it was an infectious disease, a germ, a plague that no one could stop. Families were torn apart, children orphaned, and the death toll kept climbing. The irony is, the cure was sitting right in front of them. Their entire diet was based on corn, a grain that they believed was sustaining them. But there was a catch. The traditional Native American cultures, who had thrived on corn for centuries, never suffered from pellagra. This process, called nixtamalization, unlocked the hidden nutritional treasures in the corn, making the vitamins bioavailable. In the rush of industrialization and mass production, the 19th century millers and farmers, trying to feed a growing population, skipped this vital, sacred step. They ground the corn and called it food. They created a man-made plague by locking the cure inside the very thing they were eating. It's a stark reminder that we can look at a food and see calories, but we can be completely blind to the life-giving or life-taking molecular reality within it. This story of pellagra is more than just a history lesson. It's a massive clue to the puzzle of aging. The cure for that devastating disease was a simple vitamin, niacin, also known as vitamin B3. And that same vitamin B3 is the key to a molecule that is absolutely critical to your energy and longevity, NAD. Think of NAD as the fuel that powers your cellular engine. It's the central conductor inside your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in your cells, that orchestrates the conversion of the food you eat into the energy you feel. But in a cruel twist of biology, your NAD levels plummet as you get older. By the time you reach your 50s, your levels can be cut in half. It's like having a car with a massive gas tank, but the fuel line is slowly being pinched shut. Now, here is where the world of longevity medicine gets fascinating and a little bit dramatic. You might have heard of the modern pursuit of anti-aging, of the celebrity doctors and biohackers injecting themselves with NAD-boosting supplements, spending thousands of dollars on IV drips and patented molecules. There's a whole universe of drama around these therapies, with experts fighting over which expensive derivative is best. But at the very heart of all these cutting-edge, high-cost therapies is a single, humble building block, niacin. The same vitamin that cured pellagra over a century ago. There is a brilliant doctor and biochemist named Abraham Hoffer. He was one of the pioneers of orthomolecular medicine, which is a fancy term for using high doses of natural nutrients to treat illness. In his book, Niacin, The Real Story, he opens with a powerful declaration. Many people have no idea how many illnesses are caused by too little niacin. No one realizes how many diseases can be cured with mega doses of niacin. He was talking about its power to treat everything from schizophrenia to heart disease. But at its core, this humble vitamin is the direct precursor to NAD. It's the raw material your body needs to recharge that battery. So why isn't everyone just taking a cheap niacin pill and calling it a day? Because the picture is much bigger, much more intricate, and it's painted by the foods we eat. But it's vital to understand the underlying mechanism. Your NAD doesn't just decrease for no reason. As we age, a certain molecule called CD38 increases in our tissues. Think of CD38 as an antagonist, a villain that accelerates the breakdown of NAD. The more CD38 you have, the faster your precious NAD is destroyed. The good news, you can fight back not just with supplements, but with a targeted, strategic diet that outsmarts this process. To understand the best foods for this strategy, we have to re-examine our assumptions. If you were to ask a popular AI chatbot what food has the most niacin, it will confidently give you an answer that's completely wrong. It will say chicken, but that's an oversight. The true champion of niacin is an organ meat, beef liver. It's an ancient superfood, packed not just with B3, but a constellation of B vitamins and minerals that work together in a symphony to support your mitochondria. But then at number 2, we hit a plot twist that flies in the face of modern dietary dogma: grass-fed red meat. For years, we've been told that red meat is a villain, a source of inflammation and disease. But look at its nutritional profile. It is one of the most potent sources of niacin available. It's the food that is loaded with the very building block your body needs to fight back against aging. If you've been avoiding it, you might want to reconsider, especially if it's from a well-raised, grass-fed source. I personally choose it as the main protein in my diet for this very reason. It's not about fear. It's about getting the raw materials you need. Chicken, while touted as the healthy alternative, is high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can be inflammatory, and it's actually lower on the list. This is a classic example of conventional wisdom being out of step with biological reality. Now, for those who understandably will not touch organ meats or red meat, there is a fantastic, versatile alternative. Nutritional yeast. Those deactivated flakes of yeast are a powerhouse of B vitamins, including niacin, and they have a savory, almost cheesy flavor that makes them a perfect addition to countless dishes. It's a clever, modern hack to get ancient nutrition, but the strategy doesn't end with just niacin. We need a multi-pronged attack on cellular aging. This is where the list of 7 foods gets truly interesting, weaving together history, science, and practical eating. First, we need to talk about probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that live in your gut. A healthy gut biome does more than just aid digestion. It's a central player in your overall health and nutrient absorption. And one of the best sources is raw sauerkraut, but here's a crucial detail: it has to be raw and unpasteurized. The pasteurization process kills the very bacteria you're trying to consume. If you can find sauerkraut made from purple cabbage, you're getting a double bonus because that color is a signal of another powerful compound we'll discuss shortly. Quality yogurt is another option, but making your own is the ultimate guarantee of purity and potency. Next, we have humble parsley. It's not the star of the show in most kitchens, it's just a garnish, but it's packed with nutrients that support NAD production. If you don't like the taste, you can use it as a spice or even consume it in the form of celery or chamomile tea. It's a reminder that the most powerful medicines in the pantry often wear the most unassuming disguises. Then there is sulforaphane. This isn't a food itself, but a compound found in cruciferous vegetables, especially broccoli sprouts and radish sprouts. This is a potent activator of your body's own detoxification systems, and it has a profound ability to increase NAD levels. It's not just about what you put in your body, but how you help your body clean out the waste and protect itself from the inside out. Now let's talk about color. You've probably heard the advice to eat the rainbow, and there's profound science behind it. The pigments that give blueberries, blackberries, and purple cabbage their deep, vibrant hues are called anthocyanins. These are powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from damage and have a direct, positive effect on your NAD levels. They're like a shield for your mitochondria, ensuring that the delicate machinery stays protected from the wear and tear of daily life. Next on our journey is a spice that has been celebrated in Eastern medicine for millennia: turmeric. Its active compound, curcumin, is an incredibly potent anti-inflammatory and NAD booster, the best way to get it through delicious, savory curries. However, you must be cautious. Many restaurants add a ton of sugar to their curries to mask other flavors. Your goal is to create a curry with high-quality protein like grass-fed lamb or beef, maximizing both the NAD boost and the nutrient density. Then we have quercetin. Where do you get the highest concentration of this powerhouse? Onions. It's a staple in my own kitchen, and I make a point to consume them daily, with eggs, with red meat, or in salads. Quercetin is a plant flavonoid that helps clear out senescent cells, the zombie cells that accumulate as we age and cause inflammation. It doesn't just boost NAD, it helps the body make better use of it. And finally, omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These are the building blocks of a healthy brain and a healthy heart, and they are crucial for reducing systemic inflammation, the silent fire that accelerates aging. The best source is wild-caught fatty fish, particularly salmon. But if you want to go even further, I recommend incorporating canned cod liver into your diet a couple of times a week. It's an unassuming food, but it's one of the most nutrient-dense things on Earth, packed not just with omega-3s, but also with vitamins A and D, which work in perfect harmony to support your immune system and bones. So the path to a longer, healthier life is not paved by a single miracle pill, but by the cumulative effect of daily choices. It's about making peace with red meat, rediscovering fermented foods like sauerkraut, embracing the spice of turmeric and the sharpness of onions, and ensuring you get your omega-3s. It's about eating for the purpose of cellular repair,